everyone? Welcome back to The 3 Show. This week we're going to start things off a little bit differently by highlighting the stars of the month that were announced yesterday. With 16 points in 7 games, including a plus-minus of +10, Sheridan Hawks forward Vincent Leaf was selected as Forward of the Month. The Des Moines, Iowa native had his best game to date on the 27th, as he was able to net 1 goal and tally 4 assists against the Sabres. With the record of 6-1-1-0, the Hawks sit in first place in the Frontier Division. On defense, Braden Gagnon has held down New Hampshire's blue line while also contributing offensively for his squad as an over a point per game player. The Lewiston, Maine native was able to find the net in 3 consecutive games for the Mountain Kings and has recorded a total of 7 points so far this season. Between the pipes, Luke Romney of the Texas Brahmas has had quite the start to the year, posting a 4-0 record including 3 shutouts. As a second-year player for the Brahmas, head coach Chad Bailey has been thrilled with Romney's performance and credits his success to the dedication he puts in both on and off the ice. With that, let's recap last week's games in addition to jump into this upcoming weekend. The Central hosted a handful of West teams, including the Granite City Lumberjacks, remaining undefeated with a sweep over the Wisconsin Woodsmen, both games being intense 1-goal contests. Friday night would be a high-scoring affair with the final score of 6-5, as Granite's Braden Willis would bank home 2 goals for the Lumberjacks' victory. Meanwhile, Saturday night featured a 3-2 contest with Granite coming out on top yet again thanks to Tegan Dodge. In the East Division, the Maine Nordiques picked up a huge 4 points in the standings with a sweep over the New Jersey Titans. Nord's goaltender Gabe Pomerleau was named the East Division Star of the Week as he stood tall between the pipes, picking up both wins. Meanwhile, Brody Amon led the way offensively as the second star in the East Division with 1 goal and 1 assist on Friday, followed by 2 goals on Saturday, including the game-winning goal in overtime. Heading over to the Frontier, the Sabres and Hawks would split their weekend series as Badlands picked up 2 huge points in the standings with an overtime victory on Saturday night. Charlie Lorbecki would be the hero for the Sabres as he scored the overtime winner in his first game in the blue, orange, and white. Rounding things out in the South, the Louisiana Drillers had themselves a weekend sweeping their 3-game series with the previously undefeated Austin Ice Bats. The most exciting game of the series came on Saturday as the 2 teams went back and forth for a majority of the game, with the game-winning goal being scored late in the third period by Louisiana's Brendan Johnson to end the contest with a final score of 4-3. Flipping to this weekend, the St. Louis Junior Blues will host the Rochester Grizzlies for a 2-game series. Looking back to just a few weeks ago, the Junior Blues and Grizzlies would split their series on September 21st and 22nd, with the squad from Missouri coming out with a huge overtime victory. Hoping to remain above 500 and continue to build on their success, the Junior Blues are ready to battle things out in what they know will be a tough series. After taking last week off, the Binghamton Buzz will host the Northeast Generals for their first meeting in franchise history as they hope to jump back over to the win column. The Buzz have had this series circled on their calendar as they know they have something to prove against the 4-time East Division champions. The Helena Bighorns will travel to Gillette to take on the Wild in the Frontier Division. Looking at the standings, the Wild are currently riding a 4-game win streak, the longest current streak in their division. With things looking up for Gillette, they hope to give the Bighorns a run for their money during their first meetup of the season. Wrapping things up, the Austin Ice Bats will host the Atlanta Capitals for their first meeting of the season. Although the Ice Bats may not have gotten the results they wanted to in Louisiana, they still put up a great fight, showing they are still a competitive team to face off within the division. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The 3 Show, and be sure to catch all the action on NATV and follow along the live scores on na3hl.com.